Welcome Transformers fans, my name is Composite EnerJoe and today we bring you my review of the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Scout Class Rollbar and Transformers Hunt for the Decepticons Scout Class Backfire. And here they are in their really neat little alt modes. And these aren't really supposed to be based on anything specific. The idea is that this is supposed to be a generic delivery van and a generic racing motorcycle. However, I did a little bit of research, and the closest the motorcycle that I could find that most closely resembles this is a what was it called? A Kawasaki Ninja. Like this, honestly, from the images that I've seen, this actually looks a lot like or at least it seems that they got their inspiration for this off of the Kawasaki Ninja. So that's what I feel that this is based on. Even though it's not really supposed to be anything, this looks like it resembles a Kawasaki Ninja. And this, honestly, Rollbar here, funny enough, looks like he was based off of a UPS truck. No joke. If you look up a picture of a UPS truck and put it, and while looking at this guy, like have them compare them side by side, they look really similar. But yeah, then the delivery van and a racing motorcycle. Those are I think, the official names of these alt modes. But yeah, like I said, I feel that this was based on a Kawasaki Ninja and this on a UPS truck. So, they both roll really nicely. However, Backfire here does not have a kickstand, so yeah, it's kind of tricky to have him stand on his own in vehicle mode. I guess you could turn this. Oh, that helps. If you turn the wheel, actually, the front wheel can rotate a bit. So I guess if you turn it, you can have them just say, oh yeah, that's something. That's kind of neat. So let's get on to nothing really else much to say for now. So I'm just gonna get on to transformation. I'll start with Backfire first, since he's a little bit more he's the more complicated of the two. So here we go. Back here, split this apart. You have to split this entire assembly apart back here and the wheel, and pull this apart. Come down here, separate, unpeg this. Yeah, I have to unpeg this, unpeg this, separate them, and then bring these down. What else? Flip this there until it pegs into place. Flip out the feet. Flip out the heels. He's not that much more complicated, but he is a little bit more involved than a Rollbar. So then you split this. Split that and then bring it down. This will form the chest. And there's Backfire's head. Bring this down. Then this will peg here when you bring it up. Rotate that forward, and you can do whatever you want with these. I like having them be back like that to sort of make them stand out a bit. Peg that in, that back, bring down, rotate forward, and then just adjust these leg panels, and there you go. Here is Backfire in his robot mode, and it's actually a pretty neat robot mode. Really impressed with it. It's not as skeletal as Brimstone, since he was based more on a Harley, but this is really nice. He's got nice. He's really sturdy. I gotta say, he's pretty sturdy for his size. This, I said, I leave it like that. I guess you could rotate it like that to give it more streamline, but I like that with his wheels out. Check out the head sculpt. Pretty nice. It looks like he's got a mask on. Really nice. His right hand is a molded cannon, which is cool. I like when they have the weapons like that. He does have an actual hand. Doesn't really work, but he does have a hand on this one, and a molded in gun, a molded in cannon, which is cool. And there was something else, but I'll get to that later. Let me go over here to a Rollbar. Let me put him back there. Get to Rollbar here and transform him. He's actually a lot more straightforward. Just pull these panels out, pull them back, pull down the feet. These windows or panels, or whatever you want to call them, And then comes this part where you have to separate this entire thing. So get your nail in there. Get your nail in there. And separate it. On mine, the connection down here is really strong. So I guess just be aware on yours. Separate it. And then you'll have, this guy's got a bit of an automorph. When you like pull this down or this up, hold it by the leg, pull this up. Like this entire thing will rotate. Not rotate, but this will come down. And then here, then you get to this part. Before this goes all the way up, make sure to rotate this like that. Right, like that. Fold up these parts. Peg these into place. And that's it. Like I said, he's Backfire I found to be much more involved than a Rollbar here. Yeah. I think I kind of like Rollbar's silhouette more. I think he looks much more, he actually kind of, and I think I've heard a lot of people say this, check out this head sculpt. He kind of almost resembles like a Prime. Like, this almost feels like an alternate design of Optimus Prime. Which is kind of cool. Like, they basically tried to emulate Optimus in a Scout class figure. Like, I can imagine this as an Optimus if they made it with Optimus colors. So yeah, really, really neat figures. Now, honestly, there is no, as far as I can tell, real connection between these two. So, honestly, the only reason I'm reviewing them together is because why not? It's not like the other ones I did where there's actually a connection between them. These two, not really. They're just two neat little figures. They're really cool. Posability, I'll get onto him. Rotate. It could go 360. It can. Actually, it can. Can move 360. Though these panels kind of get in the way. And I do kind of find these a little annoying. But it's a minor thing. It's still cool. These are on ball joints, so bend that far. Also ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, and ball joints do what ball joints do. Knee that far. Pretty nice kick. Like he does. So yeah, he's pretty posable. However, in the arms, in like the upper area, it's kind of restricted because of these panels. So I would have liked it if these maybe folded like completely back or something. And that'll just improve. But overall, I actually do like a Rollbar here. He's a real neat figure. And yeah, he has no Mecha Life feature. So because he's Revenge of the Fallen, but he doesn't have a Mecha Life. And then you have a Backfire here, who, let's see, can go that far. Rotate there because it's on ball joint. Hand is on ball joint. Ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint. Head is also on a ball joint. And like I said, with him, ball joints do what ball joints do. He has a pretty good knee if you work with this panel. And feet can move. Connect that back up. Let's see. What else? And can do, if you work with these panels, do a pretty nice kick. And one cool thing, he actually does have some kind of an attack mode. I don't really use it too much, but he does have it. I remember seeing this. If you pull these off, well, if you pull these off, he has a lot skinnier legs, but it grabs a much more range of movements because these aren't blocking it. However, these you can actually peg. Oh yeah, here on the bike, on like the actual front wheel. If I remember correctly, I think this is what it was supposed to do. There's like something here you could peg to. What was it? I can't seem to remember now. Was it this? Yeah, I think this was it, yeah. You can actually peg these here. Then you rotate these down. And this is like a attack mode. Which I gotta say, now that I'm doing it again, I kind of forgotten. This actually doesn't look that bad. It's a pretty neat attack mode. That actually, I kind of imagine this kind of makes him be able to fly around. Or at least like hover. Let me rotate it. To like fly around or hover, but yeah, I gotta say this is actually a pretty neat attack mode. It's not bad. Like it's better than what I remembered. I think I did it the first couple times and I was very unimpressed by it. But it's actually pretty neat, and it's a nice option it's a nice option with these panels in case you Didn't like him being here on his legs or something. However, I do like having him on his legs to add a little bit more bulk to him. So what else can I say about these two? Like, honestly, overall, I think I like both of these figures. I recommend both of them. I think they're both really nice figures. They're both solid figures. Recommend both of them. Just that hold on. No, yeah, like, really, I don't have much more to say. These are really, I like how they both look. They're really neat. It's like, I kind of wish that this one had more posability, especially in the chest area. And I kind of wish, and one thing about this guy that's kind of annoying is I kind of wish his connections, especially in vehicle mode, were a bit stronger. So that because at least on my figure here of Backfire, he has a tendency of sort of separating sometimes when you move him around in his vehicle mode. Not so much in his robot mode. I think the robot mode is very solid. The vehicle mode could be a little bit sturdier, in my opinion. But that could just be my copy. My figure, specifically. Yeah, overall, these are two really neat Scout class figures. And I highly recommend both of them. I guess a little bit some facts about them. Rollbar is a Revenge of the Fallen figure, and he was repainted once. They gave him a white repaint as wide load. Yeah, they repainted him white and called him wide load. Oh, and I guess I gotta mention it because I forgot to mention it before. Yeah, this is the delivery van with the colors, the gray, blue, and the Red Bull. Yeah, it's a reference to the Red Bull energy drink. That's sort of the that's basically the joke that they were going for. So basically, Rollbar is a Red Bull delivery truck. Okay, I thought it was cute. It's a neat little Easter egg that they did, or not really Easter egg, but reference. And Backfire. So yeah, he was repainted once in the same line as a character named Wide Load, and it was exactly the same, just white and yellow, I believe, with some yellow bits. And it said Energon Express on the side. Now, Backfire is a little interesting. He is actually the fourth. He's the third repaint. Yeah, this is actually Backfire is the fourth and final time that this mold was used. Backfire was the last one, and he was part of the Hunt for the Decepticon line, with his colors being red, white with a little bit of black. Now, the first time this mold showed up was in Revenge of the Fallen, which was as the character Knockout, which was green and black. And then he was repainted. Then in the same line, there was the other two repaints. After Knockout, it was a red and blue repaint, which was called Reverb. And then there was a exclusive, which reminded me of another one with him. There was actually one more I forgot to talk about. But then the third repaint was Trenchmouth. So it started off with black and green Knockout, then was repainted into the red and blue Reverb, and then was repainted again into Trenchmouth, which I believe was an exclusive for somewhere. Or maybe in some kind of double pack. I don't remember, but Trenchmouth was not that common. Who was just, I think, just red or like a reddish orange motorcycle. And then the last one was Backfire here. I guess out of the four of them, I kind of like Backfire, because I felt the other ones were way too colorful. And I think they were all Decepticons. Maybe not Reaver, but I felt they were way too colorful. I like how this one looks. I think this one looks more down to earth, if that makes any sense. I feel that this guy looks more realistic than the other ones. In my opinion, I actually like how this one comes together more than the other ones. And Rollbar, there was one other repaint, at least planned. It went unreleased. There was Rollbar, who was repainted into Wide Load, and then who was supposed to get a black repaint, which actually looks pretty good. I think it's a security truck named Crosshairs. However, that one was never released. Kind of sad. It looked nice. Like, what is up with these really nice repaints of Scouts not being released? Well, what's up with that? But yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I recommend both of them. And specifically these versions. Honestly, I think these colors look a lot better than Wide Load. and I like these colors better than the other 3. So yeah, overall, I like them both, and I do recommend them. They're fun and neat little figures. So this has been my review of the Transformers, well first, the Revenge of the Fallen Scout Class Rollbar, and Hunt for the Decepticons Scout Class Backfire. This is Composite EnerJoe signing off. Peace out.